Today, we're going to dive into a really beautiful, timeless folktale that comes from the mountains of Bhutan. It's a simple story on the surface, but wow, it grapples with some huge questions about purpose, about community, and what work really means in our lives.
And really, it all boils down to this. Is hard work just some kind of chore? Something we have to get through? Or is it something deeper? Something that's actually essential to living a good life? Well, this ancient story from Bhutan offers a really powerful answer. Let's get into it.
So, our story kicks off with a pretty classic conflict. We meet a young man named Pema, and he is completely out of step with the world around him. This first part is all about him, a youth just lost in his own laziness. And right away, the story paints this really stark contrast. I mean, on one side, you've got the entire village. Everyone is simple, they're diligent, they help each other out. And then you've got Pema. His whole philosophy is basically to avoid work and find the easiest, most comfortable path. He's a total outlier in his own community. And he's not exactly quiet about it either. When his parents try to get him to work in the fields, he's just defiant. He tells his father, life isn't just for working. And look, that's a feeling we've all probably had at some point, right? But for Pema, this isn't a fleeting thought. It's become his whole identity. Now here's the crucial part. Pema's laziness wasn't just seen as his personal problem. No, it was a threat to the entire community. The villagers were genuinely worried. They'd ask each other, if every young person becomes like this, how will our village even survive? I mean, their whole society was built on everyone pitching in, and Pema was this crack in the foundation. So, just as the village is reaching a breaking point, a new character arrives on the scene, the catalyst for change. And this is where Pema starts his journey down what the story calls the monk's path of wisdom. A wise monk sees what's going on, and he doesn't just lecture Pema. Instead, he invites him on a journey up a mountain. He shows him that understanding isn't something you're told, it's something you experience. So the journey begins with an invitation. Then comes a really difficult climb that tests Pema's limits, and it all leads to a powerful lesson. As they start climbing, Pema gets tired almost immediately. He complains, wants to give up, says it's too hard. But the monk completely reframes the situation with this one simple idea. He says, every step is an act of life. It is what makes us strong. He's teaching Pema that the effort itself, the struggle, that's not the enemy. That's where strength comes from. Later that night, they're resting by a fire, and Pema admits something kind of vulnerable. He's always relied on other people. The monk addresses this directly. He tells him, dependency becomes a weakness when it becomes a habit. He's helping Pema see that his lifestyle hasn't made him free at all. In fact, it's made him weak and totally reliant on others. Okay, so all of this has been leading up to the climax of their journey. This is the moment where everything finally clicks for Pema. This is his big realization about what hard work is all about. After that grueling climb, they finally reach the top of the mountain, and there they see this absolutely magnificent monastery. Pema is just staring at it in awe, and that's when the monk delivers the most important line of the story. He says, "This was built by the hard work of hundreds of hands." And for the first time, Pema is face to face with this massive, beautiful proof of what people can do when they work together. And this, right here, is the emotional core of the whole story. Staring at this incredible structure, Pema isn't just impressed, he's crushed. He looks at his own life, at his own hands, and he asks himself this devastating question. What have I built? And he knows the answer is nothing. Absolutely nothing. The monk sees this realization dawn on Pema's face, and he doesn't offer him pity. He offers him a command, a simple, profound call to action. He just looks at Pema and says, from today, build yourself. It's not about building a monastery. It's about building character, building purpose, building self-respect through your own actions. So the big question is, does it stick? Does the lesson actually work? Well, Pema's journey home is where we see the true essence of the story. Pema comes back to the village a completely changed man. But he doesn't just say he's changed, he proves it. He starts working in the fields, he starts contributing, and the real confirmation comes from his father, who proudly says, now he is a part of the community. See, he didn't just become a worker, he rejoined his society. So if we boil this whole folktale down, what are the big takeaways? Well, there are really three core messages.
First, laziness doesn't just hurt you, it actually weakens the whole society. Second, hard work isn't just about survival, it's how we build self-respect. And finally, every single person has a duty to contribute to the greater good. The story wraps up with a line that feels like it's the collected wisdom of the entire village, passed down for generations. It says, "An individual and society only progress through hard work and discipline." I mean, it's a super clear, straight-to-the-point statement about the values that hold their world together.
And that brings us right back to us, doesn't it? The story starts with this one lazy kid, but it ends by holding up a mirror to every one of us. It leaves you with this one final provocative question that I want you to really think about. What are you building in your life?